Imagine a man who spends years climbing to the top of the financial world. He sacrifices his relationships, his physical health, and his peace of mind, all in the pursuit of a number in his bank account. He tells himself that once he hits this number, the gnawing anxiety in his chest will finally vanish. One Tuesday morning, the final wire transfer clears. He logs in, looks at the screen, and sees the sum he dreamed of. He leans back in his chair, waiting for the profound wave of relief to wash over him, but the wave never comes. Instead, within 60 seconds, a new, terrifying thought enters his mind. What if I lose it? In that exact moment, despite having more wealth than 99% of the planet, this man is experiencing absolute, devastating poverty. This story, and the pursuit of wealth as happiness as a means to an end, is a familiar one. We are collectively trapped in a profound societal illusion. We have been conditioned to believe that abundance is a material destination. Because of this, even modern manifestation culture has become trapped in this frantic, ego-driven exercise. We repeat hollow affirmations, create vision boards, and try to desperately manipulate the external world to give us what we want. But the universe does not speak the language of human desperation. It speaks the language of structural frequency. If you are trying to manifest wealth because you are afraid, the universe does not hear your words. It only hears your fear, and it will faithfully mirror that fear right back to you. To break this exhausting cycle, we have to completely dismantle our definition of abundance. We must look to the hidden architectural laws of reality left behind in the ancient mystery schools, the classic texts of the East, and the profound channeled frameworks of modern metaphysics. When you synthesize these lineages, a stunning, unified blueprint emerges. True abundance is not a number in a bank account, as defined by the profound cosmic frameworks of the Bashar material. Abundance is simply the ability to do what you need to do, when you need to do it. Money is merely one possible tool in the infinite toolkit of the universe. Abundance can look like a synchronistic meeting with a stranger that solves your biggest problem. It can look like an unexpected gift. It can be a sudden wave of creative inspiration, or a deep, unshakable physical vitality. When you demand that the universe only deliver abundance in the form of a specific currency, you are slamming the door on 1,000 other ways the cosmos is trying to support you. To understand how to open that door, we must dive into ancient alchemical mechanics. These ancient texts speak of an absolute, unbending law: as above, so below; as within, so without. Your external reality is not a random series of events happening to you. It is a highly precise, holographic projection of your internal state. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. The alchemist knows that to transform lead into gold in the physical world, they must first perform the exact same transmutation within their own consciousness. If your internal architecture is built on a foundation of lack, comparison, and fear, no amount of external hustling will ever make you feel rich. You are trying to fill a bucket with a massive hole in the bottom. The great sage Paramahansa Yogananda understood this physical and spiritual mechanic perfectly. He taught that the universe is an infinite, humming reservoir of divine supply. It is not holding out on you, but the human nervous system acts like an electrical grid. If your wiring is constricted by the paralyzing fear of not having enough, the high-voltage electricity of cosmic abundance simply cannot flow through your wires. You pinch yourself off from the supply. Yogananda emphasized that true magnetism, the ability to draw the resources you need to fulfill your purpose, comes from directing your life force inward and making contact with the absolute fullness of the divine presence already sitting inside of you. This brings us to the ultimate plot twist of manifestation, perfectly echoed in the Law of One material. The universe is a perfectly calibrated mirror designed to help you polarize your consciousness. It provides the exact catalysts you need to awaken. The illusion of separation, the belief that you are a tiny, isolated fragment fighting against a cold, indifferent world for scraps, is the root of all human suffering. When you realize that you are not separate from the Creator, but a localized spark of the Creator experiencing itself, the entire game changes. You stop trying to manipulate matter from the outside. You recognize that because you are an integral piece of the whole, the universe naturally wants to support your genuine, heart-centered expansion. But how do we practically apply this high-level metaphysics when the rent is due and the all-too-familiar panic at a dwindling bank account is setting in? How do we stop the mechanical reaction of fear and shift our internal architecture in real time. We must move past philosophical theory and execute the mechanics of practical inquiry. Imagine you receive an unexpected bill in the mail. Instantly, your biological programming takes over. Your stomach drops, your chest tightens, your mind begins racing into the future, constructing terrifying scenarios of ruin, homelessness, and failure. In this exact microsecond, you are standing at the threshold of mastery. Your normal, mechanical reaction is to panic, to complain, or to frantically scheme. Do not do any of this. Stop your body entirely. Do not try to chant a positive affirmation over the fear. That is like spraying perfume on a burning building. Instead, turn the tables on the programming. Withdraw your attention from the doom-filled story about the bill and drop your awareness into your body. Locate the exact physical sensation of the scarcity. Where does the fear of poverty live in your body right now? Is it a cold knot in your stomach? Is it a crushing weight on your chest? Strip away the word poverty. Strip away the word fear. Treat this intense feeling purely as raw, objective biological data. You are a scientist observing an energetic contraction. Once you have isolated the raw feeling, apply the radical turn of self-inquiry. The mind will scream, "I don't have enough. I am going to lose everything." Do not argue with it. Instead, use the momentum of that terror to ask a precise, mechanical question. To whom is this lack happening? The mind will instantly answer, "To me." Without a single moment of hesitation, turn the flashlight of your attention directly onto that answer and ask, "Who am I? Where exactly is this fragile, separate I?" Look closely. Look directly into the center of your own awareness. When you search for the solid, tangible victim who is allegedly suffering from poverty, a profound and liberating discovery occurs. You cannot find them. You will find the tight stomach. You will find the racing thoughts about money. But the entity known as me, the one who is supposedly separate from the infinite universe, is entirely absent. It is a ghost. It is a bundle of conditioned memories and survival instincts masquerading as your identity. When you clearly see that the one who lacks does not actually exist, the scaffolding of your fear begins to collapse. And what rushes into that empty space is the very thing you have been searching for your entire life that you thought money would provide. An unshakable, causeless sense of absolute fullness. You realize, in your bones, that awareness itself lacks absolutely nothing. Awareness cannot be bankrupt. Awareness cannot be fired. Awareness cannot be diminished. You enter the absolute neutral point. This is the great secret of the sovereign architect. When you touch this internal fullness, your external reality has absolutely no choice but to reflect it back to you. The mirror must catch up. Because you are no longer vibrating with the frantic, repelling energy of desperation, the doors of synchronicity swing wide open. The idea for a new project suddenly drops into your mind. A chance encounter leads to a profound opportunity. The resources you need to fulfill your highest excitement arrive exactly when you need them, in forms you could never have predicted. You stop waiting for the external world to make you feel safe, and you become the generator of your own safety. You realize that true wealth is not the accumulation of matter, but the absence of the fear of losing it. You are not a helpless piece on the chessboard, begging the universe for a lucky roll of the dice. You are the board, you are the player, and you are the sovereign architect of the entire game. The universe is infinitely abundant, and it is waiting for you to drop the illusion that you are not. I know many of you may be asking, how will this help pay my bills, or get out of debt, or stop living paycheck to paycheck? Life may seem unfair to many of us, and at times may feel like we're drowning under our responsibilities. However, no matter where we are in our journey, we always have the ability to look inward at the source, the giver of all, and claim our sovereignty. We start to create and experience life from a place of agency and not helplessness. Many blessings to my fellow travelers on the path.